Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com, and today a quick double Orient release, if you will. I've got two watches that Orient came out with maybe, I don't know, 6 weeks ago or so. I finally got them in the store. I've got the Orient Helios, which is a really cool looking open heart, and then I've also got the Orient Bambino on a bracelet. Normally when I do a video, you think the Bambino would be the standout, and that's what I do the video about. But on this one, I honestly feel that the Helios just steals the show. I am still wearing the Squale, but it's been relegated to the left wrist. The right it's a creation that I made myself. It's got the blue hand, ceramic bezel. This was my old single dome version of the SKX that I had, so I modified it with hands and bezel that I'll be selling in the store and doing that whole SKX customization thing, to be announced soon. Let's head on over and check out the new Orients. So I've invited 7 models to the party today. I got 4 Helios models and 3 Bambino models. They kind of look the same. They are quite similar. The cases might even be the same. Difference being the Helios has the open heart, the Bambino does not. Obviously, different styling cues. Otherwise, I'm gonna start with the Helios, and then I'll show you the other 3 colors of Helios up close quickly, and then the Bambino. I got 7 watches. I don't want to make it a long video. So for the shock of the century, I'm starting out with the blue dial Helios. The model numbers are long and convoluted, as I've been saying lately, but Orient part numbers RAAG. It's a 0028L. So it's a Bambino-esque case, if not the Bambino case. It's an open heart. It's got a beautiful blue gradient dial. All the Helios have a gradient dial. Nice crown, Orient signed. And what's different about this dress than all other dress watches I've showed you in the past from Orient is the presence of a bracelet. Yes, it's a 21mm lug, so the bracelet is made to fit this model. It should, I'm guessing, fit any Bambino that's got a 21mm lug, but yet to be determined. I haven't tried it out yet. So let's get into it. It's still an Orient F67 movement, just an open heart variation. It's a 40.5mm diameter case. It's 12 thick. It is 46.5 tip to tip, so it still wears like all the other Bambinos. I gotta see, I'm still calling it a Bambino. All the other Helios, which this is the first one. There is exhibition case back. It is a snapback. You can see the Orient movement in action. It's a mineral crystal. And the bracelet, in keeping with the dress format, is a double push button butterfly, which is actually a welcome. I think it's a nice change. It's a welcome change. It's not a flip flop diver. They did realize the necessity to make it a little bit fancier. The bracelet is hollow end links, and it is standard friction or cotter pins for its sizing. So checking out the dial, let's zoom in on the dial so we can really check it out. It is a beautiful blue, fades to black at the edges. You can see the movement, nice silver hands, no loom. Accentuated, if you will, Roman numerals at the 12 and the 6. Standard markers elsewhere. It does hand wind. It does hack. I pull out the crown to set the time. The seconds hand stops. There you go. You can see it. Let's see. What else would there be of interest? There is no date on these models. There is on the Bambinos. And that's about it. It's just a really nice looking dress watch. Something different from Orient. I mean, they do have a couple of open hearts, but I really, really dig the dial. I think it's super awesome. So what other variants does it come in? Well, it comes in this cool, which wouldn't be interesting. You'd think like, oh, that's kind of boring. It looks really nice. It's a gray silverish dial. I think it's more gray than silver. I don't want to call it silver because it doesn't shine like silver. And again, gradient to a very dark to black at the edges. Really looks cool. I guess for completeness sake, this is a 29N. Oh, price. I didn't mention price, right? These are all around $235, no matter which one you go for. This guy is a 27Y. It has, I hope the camera can pick it up. If not, I don't want to go too bright. It's got a bronze-ish or copperish dial. It's brown. Really sweet. Different. You don't see many watch dials like this. super nice. And then the last one is just your ordinary green. 26E is this part number. This one's super awesome as well. Check that out. It looks so nice. The dial effect is just so cool. They all come on the same bracelet. It's a solid link bracelet. Like I said, hollow end links, but a solid link bracelet. Water resistance is just a regular 30 meters. You know, you're not going to expect anything here. I'll throw the blue one on the wrist, and then we'll move over to the Bambinos. So here she is on my 6 3/4 inch wrist. It fits fine. I wear Bambinos. I know a lot of people are still going to complain about the size. Again, I'm calling it a Bambino. I know it's a Helios, but it's kind of like the same case. So again, I just use them interchangeably. It fits me fine. 46.5 on the tip to tip is not a problem at all. Looks really smart. Looks really sweet. I think personally, I think it's a knockout. And then we are left with the Bambinos. Now, Orient, I may be wrong, but Orient's calling this the version 4 Bambino, which makes no sense to me, because version 4 is the larger case with a 22 millimeter lug. This is not the larger 42 millimeter case. These are 40.5 millimeters, just like your standard Bambino, 12 thick, and again, on the 46.5 tip to tip, just like the Helios I showed you. But again, a 21 millimeter lug. It's the same bracelet as the Helios that you just checked out. So I don't know why they're calling it a version 4. Maybe I have no idea. I can't answer it. Very similar though to past Bambino designs. I guess it's similar to the version 4 in its styling a bit, and the version 1. Standard hands, markers, no Roman numerals, date. Still runs on the F67 movement, like you saw in the Helios, just a little bit of a different variation because it has a date and it's not set up for open heart. Not that means it's a totally different movement, but when you have an open heart, there's a little more work done around the balance to make sure you can see through it. So hand winds, hacks, pull out the crown to set the time. The second hand stops. Pull it out one click to set. Look, figures, I put the hand right over the date. Pull it out, crown out one click to set the date. There it goes. The other direction will do nothing. Fully in. Again, 30 meters water resistant, fully in, and you can wind it like so. These are a little bit less expensive. These are coming in right around $219. I've got 3 here today. Blue dial, white dial, black dial. I will play with the blue first and then show you the other 2 quickly. Same bracelet. The double push button deployant. If I didn't mention it, the movement's got a 40-hour power reserve, which is fairly standard. Let's see, what else can we show you here today? The back is the same that you just saw on the other watches. See the self-winding automatic movement through the case back and hollow end links. If it seems I'm a little less enthused about these, you would be right. Just totally, that's not my thing, I guess. The Bambino is such an over-distributed line at this point. There's so many variations. It's almost death by choice. But still, I know it'll sell. It's a nice-looking watch. Don't let my mehness, kind of drive you away from it. Part number is RA-AC. All the Bambinos have been AC. This is a 7L. Like I said, blue dial, silver hands. I can't say that it's not a good-looking watch. It is a great-looking watch. Totally fantastic. Really nice. So that's the blue with the silver hands. And then we have, which probably I feel the nicest of the bunch. And again, you know my affinity for blue. This is the white dial with the blue hands. Just there you go. When I catch it in the light, you can see the blue hitting off. The dial is more enamel white than the pearlescent white that you saw in some of the earlier versions of Bambinos, where they kind of take on a greenish tinge. There's no greenish tinge here. It looks, like I said, I think this one looks the cleanest and the nicest. It works on the bracelet. It totally does. It looks nice. All of them are going to be the same price. And then we have your standard, which is standard black dial, which for a dress watch is usually what you would expect people to go for. Black is usually your #1 selling color in almost anything. But in the Bambino line, I found easily that black is generally the poorest performing color, except in one of the other Bambino open hearts that we sell happens to be a big seller. But in the Bambinos, it's usually your whites, off-whites, and blues that are the good sellers. Anyway, so this is a pure black dial, silver hands, black background. Can get difficult to read in reflections. I'm wearing a dark shirt, so it's reflecting off of me. But still, I'm not going to say it's a horrible watch. It is a nice watch. For the value, it is pretty darn good. I'll try on the white one, and we'll finish it up. So there she is on my 6 3/4 inch wrist. I'm wearing a little bit higher on the wrist just so you can get an idea. If you don't like the way I wore the last watch, but it still fits me fine. It works great. I didn't show the slack that I've got, but wow, look at that. There's a lot of room in here for a larger wrist. You know, I would say easily 7.5 to 7 3/4. The bracelet's actually tremendous, actually, now that I really think about it. I mean, look at that. It's like a party in there. But now the watch looks awesome. Love the blue hands on the white dial. I really, actually, I'm coming around a little bit more as I try it on. I think it looks great. But anyway, I think that's about it. So this has been Mark from LongIslandWatch.com showing you the new Bambino on the bracelet and the one that I think is the better one, the new Helios on the bracelet. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. If you have any questions or comments, pop them down below, and I'll be sure to address them as soon as I can. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.